guys. Woo! I haven't talked in a while into the camera. Kind of cool to be here. Hey, so check it out. I got into an apartment. Um, Amazingly enough, with everything going the way it's going in this country, um, I've had all sorts of crazy shit happen. I've had to go back and forth with the landlord of the RV park, where I was staying. I mean, she's the worst landlord I have had since college in the 90s. She's absolutely horrendous, horrendous, horrendous. And and the other one was an old lady too. This is a younger woman, but boy oh boy, she's got to squeeze every single dime out of you. And she's a cunt to everybody in the place. When you roll in there, when I first rolled in there, she acts like she's doing me a favor by giving me the quote unquote discount rent when she's charging apartment prices for a concrete slab, some sewage, and some water, and you're paying the electric bill. It was absolutely absurd. Then it flooded last summer, and she didn't do a damn thing about that because she's not going to do anything to the place. It had dirt roads, and not even any amenities. There are problems out the wazoo. She treats you like you're a potential freaking criminal just coming into the place, like you're some type of criminal, and you can't breathe around there without them flipping out. And I had to put up with it because I couldn't go anywhere else at the time, right? So my father just got me out of there by giving me the money to go to an apartment, but I had to give up the RV. Unfortunately, when I first started RVing, I had a plan to take it around if I could, but circumstances have made this impossible. So I got rid of the RV and a lot of my stuff, and I'm back in an apartment. Thank goodness, the first time since I got flooded by the hurricane, and Luna was still alive, my precious dog. So I get to have a dog here. Hopefully, I can have a dog. But yeah, I just had to deal with that awful landlord. Ugh, I haven't had one that bad since the 90s. And my other landlord, who was my great friend, he passed away in January, and we were really great friends for 14 years. So it sucks to have a crappy landlord, especially when you had one that was your BFF. Because yeah, Ursula was my best friend. Um, and he didn't always fix everything on time, but I didn't care because he was a great person, and he cared about people, and he cared about poor people. I said to him once, these rich people, a lot of these rich people, not all of them, a lot of them are really unhappy people. And he said, I said, I think a lot of the poor people I know are much happier. He said, well, they usually are. And he's right. He had all sorts of children and grandchildren and stuff. I'm glad he finally, he was 90, or was he 92? Shoot. He was born in 1932. So, he, long time ago he was born there. He was over 90. Just hitting 90. Anyway, so, a lot of changes, but I think this is an improvement. Haven't heard anything else except I'm getting along with my father the best I can. He doesn't seem to understand a lot about, well, he's an enabler and wants all his children to get along. And but he's been very gracious, and he's been helping me a lot. So can't complain about that because I was in a lot of trouble in that RV, and it's tough keeping it afloat here. I also had some other trouble with a job. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to go into too many personal details. But oh boy, I swear when you get rid of a narcissist, the others tend to pop up. You got to be on the lookout. But not everybody's a narcissist, thank goodness. But or toxic individual, whatever it is. But there's a lot of them out there, and I have met some really nice people, and I hate to concentrate on the negative people because of the nasty asses. But oh boy, yeah, that I had to leave the RV. This is what the landlord did. Besides the many horrible things she's done, I had to leave the RV. My rent was due on the 14th, Um, and I got out of there on the 12th, and I had to leave the RV and leave it for the repo company to come get it. And I had no idea when they were going to come get it, but I had to get out of there, so I didn't pay. So I didn't want to pay him or her any more rent. So I write her and tell her I vacated the property, and the rental company's coming to get the RV. And she tries to squeeze out some more, and I paid the final electric bill, and I expedited the process for the repo company to come get the RV. So they took it this morning, thank God. I made sure it didn't sit there forever or something. You know, come on, give me a break. But she's trying to squeeze the last couple of nights out of me in that hellhole she calls a fucking RV park, like the slumlord that she is, and trying to squeeze, and even charging me $8.65 in tax and shit. So people like this need to be horsewhipped, all right? Just sick to fucking death of them. So, believe it or not, I'm not always crazy about AI, but I got a lot of help from a couple friends and the AI. I swear to God I did. I just can't believe that, but she's just mean-spirited. There was another guy in the park who came there to visit one of his friends, and he did end up living there, but he also paid the rent, the apartment price for the concrete slab with water and sewage. Okay? An apartment price for this when you're bringing your own apartment. And he didn't register at the front office. So they would not let him go to the main bathroom and bathe and use the laundry facilities. And this guy was gay AF and more fastidious and tidy than most of the women I know, including myself. And she wouldn't let him bathe, like he's going to get the place dirty or something. It was just awful. So, really glad to be out of there. I don't want to bitch too much about it. I didn't bitch too much because what can you do? I tried to make the best of it while I was there, which is the only thing you can do until you leave places like that. But oh boy, glad to be in a place where people are nice and speak to me in a cordial manner. And yes, the landlords speak to me in a cordial manner too. So, and I'm trying to squeeze every last thing out of you. Ugh. No, most landlords don't do that. Landlords with half a freaking heart will not squeeze you over stupid shit like that. No, they won't. No, not when you've been reasonable and they're not being reasonable. Most landlords who are worth a shit would just say, okay, thanks for the electric bill, have a nice life. But not that cunt. So I got everything in writing on the email, and to hell with her. She's going to keep on treating people like shit until a lot of people are going to keep walking away from her and telling her to go to hell. And when she's abandoned, like most narcissists are, and she realizes that her behavior is affecting her shitty ass life, then she's not going to change. They'll never change, and they'll never have any empathy for anybody else for what they're going through, even if they have the same experience as them. This is the same bitch also that tried to get me to clean my RV right after I got my surgery, when I couldn't even lift more than a gallon of milk, and for 6 weeks. And says, well, I saw you riding your bike. Like, riding my bike and washing the RV is two different things. I can't believe I had to put up with another one. But all I did was be nice. It's another toxic fucking cock-sucking cunt. But, I can't believe that there's so many of these. But there you go. Glad to be done with that. And, having a nice time, and hopefully life improving here. It's already improved by getting the hell out of there. And glad to be out of the town I was in. You guys have been great. Thanks for your support, and thank you. I hope you're doing well too. Times are tough right now, and things are getting worse for people. Just glad to have a roof over my head. All right? Thanks, guys.